Like I believe it was Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams who said, I saw cars in heaven. And people started laughing. People who never went to heaven.
There's something that blew my mind. When Elder Saki came to see me, he came in a white Range Rover.
So I greet you, my most loved family. I welcome you to another video. So if you're new to our channel, kindly subscribe, like, share and comment. So in this video, Prophet Angel have reacted in defense of the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams. You know, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams came out to share a testimony, a vision where he was in heaven. God took him to heaven. He was in heaven in a vision where he saw car, where he mentioned Range Rover, relating to one of the elders of Pentecost that raised him up in prayer, Elder Saki. He said he came in a Range Rover in heaven, and this conversation has raised a lot of debate on the internet. So now Prophet Angel has come out and cleared the air on that issue, that it is possible to see a car in heaven, but because people have not gotten to that spiritual reality, they think it is fake. So let's get into this video. Let's listen to the video where Prophet Angel defend Archbishop, and I will play the entire video where Archbishop also made that statement that he saw car in heaven. So let's get into this video. Prophet Angel first.
I believe it was 1884. He gets this. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Then later on, he gets a vision. Okay, this is Leo the 13th. By the way, please listen, it's important. He gets a vision and he sees the devil and Jesus arguing. Wherever he saw it, let's say he was being shown according to the level of his spirituality. But sometimes God comes to the level of your spirituality and shows you things that if you come out and say, I was shown this, like I believe it was Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams who said, I saw cars in heaven. And people started laughing. People who never went to heaven.
But they were laughing.
They said it's not in the Bible. Let me explain to you, fools. Penguins are not in the Bible. That doesn't stop them from existing. So they attacked the men that said, I saw cars. There's no car in heaven. You guys, there's a car. Have you been to heaven? No. So how do you know? The Bible never tells us about cars. Do you think you've been told all about heaven? See, the things that are revealed are for you.
Yes, sir.
But the things that are not revealed belong to the Lord.
Yes, sir.
But there are some people that will show things that you will be shocked. If I tell you what I saw in the realm of the spirit and beyond the kingdom of time, you would call me a liar. So sometimes you keep quiet. I've seen my father when he's ministering, he can just say, one time an angel came, a big angel. And he was just like moving around with me when I was healing. And then he leaves it. And you go like, Pastor, please tell us more. You won't. Because he knows the moment he continues like that, and he might not have the permission by the Lord to do it. But he knows if he continues like that, you take apart his testimony and say, it's not true because I don't believe this has happened.
So that was what Prophet Angel has to say relating to the issue, to this issue. There are things they want to say, but because of people's level of spiritual maturity, they deny it. They will fight against it. They will say it's a lie whilst they don't have that spiritual experience. So now let's listen to the initial video where Archbishop explanation of the vision he saw, where he said he saw a Range Rover in heaven being when he was taken to heaven. So let's watch the complete video, then I'll come back after the video.
When I was taken to heaven, one of the things I saw when they took me to a mountain, I saw Elder Saki. And he came to see me. Papa came to see me. And before I was given pass to come back to my body, they took me to a high, beautiful mountain, and they showed me a beautiful city, sparkling like diamonds. And they said to me, that is T.L. Osborne's city. Not a house, not a mountain, a city. And they said, that is the city of T.L. Osborne. And I said, he's my grandfather in the faith. And when I came back to my body, months after, I went to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I went from Maryland to Houston to Tulsa. When I was leaving to go back to Maryland, the Spirit said, change go through O'Hare, Chicago. So I call her and I said, change my ticket. Reroute my ticket from Chicago to BWI. He said, Papa, Chicago is very busy. I said, Pastor, get me to Chicago. He said, why? I said, I don't know why, but the Spirit said I should go to Chicago. So I got to Chicago airport. I was in transit. Then the Spirit said, lift up your eyes. When I lifted up my eyes, I saw TLOs drinking coffee. And the Spirit said, go to him. So I walked to him and I said, Grandpa. He said, Nicholas. He said, what are you doing here? I said, the Spirit told me to come through here that I'll see you. So I sat down and I said, Grandpa, I saw your city. I saw your city when I went to heaven. I saw your city. And I also met people. They took me to a place and there were people living in heaven. They were living in strange places, in dormitories. And some of them were great and mighty when they were on earth. But they live in dormitories. And the reason was because when they live here, a lot of things they did, the motive and the reason for which they did was wrong. So they didn't have rewards in heaven, even though they had eternal life. There's something that blew my mind. When Elder Saki came to see me, he came in a white Range Rover that was shining like diamond, full of light. And his mouth, when he was talking, his mouth, everything was light. And I said, a Range Rover in heaven? Then the voice, they could read my mind. Then the elder said, have you not heard and read that the streets of heaven is made out of gold? What do you think streets are made out of? And I said, but Papa didn't have a Range Rover when he was here. It was later on I found out that Range Rover was his dream car. And even though he didn't have it here, it was waiting for him there. Listen, heaven is not one big place. Heaven has many cities within it. And some will have houses, some will live in dormitories, some will have cities. I am determined to serve God, to bless people, to help people, to advance the kingdom, to add value to the ministry. I don't know about you. You can join me to touch nations. You can join me to help people, or you can choose to remain in the church, be selfish, and just seek and use the blessing of the Lord for yourself. But the day shall come when you will account for it. Because God never intended that anyone should have it to themselves. It is intended that we should possess blessings for the benefit of the ministry, to advance the ministry. That is it. And that is not to say that God doesn't want you to be blessed. He wants us to be blessed. You see, the pipe through which water go through is never dry. We are vessels. We are vessels in the hands of God.
So my most loved family, I believe you have been blessed by this video. I believe you understand the standpoint of Prophet Angel. So most of people who criticize other people, including some men of God, they have never seen a vision before apart from dreams. They've never seen a vision before. They're never taken to heaven before, and they call themselves doctors of the law, but still they have no spiritual experience. So when somebody says something they think they've never seen in the Bible, they think it is false because they never had that experience. So what Prophet Angel is saying is that there are certain things in which sometimes they want to see, but they are restricted to say, because when they tell you, you say, oh, it will become a trending issues on the media. Some will be saying it's lies, some will be saying it's false, some will be saying it's not true. And most of those people commenting about spiritual things, they have never had any encounter with any spiritual being or have ever seen anything. They are using their common sense and common logic to explain spiritual things. Are you seeing where the problem is coming from? So even he made an illustration, like for instance, Pastor Chris will be teaching and he will say he saw an angel, a very big angel, working with him when he was about to heal. And you see, then he will pause, he won't continue the story again. The reason being that there are things that he is restricted to share, because if he shared those realities to people who are beeps when it comes to spiritual thing, it will become a whole lot of things. People will be dragging him on media stuff, but what is the reality? Most of the people online, majority of them, about 99% of them, have not had any spiritual encounter, have not seen vision. And even when a man is prophesied, they will tell you that the devil also can prophesy, whereas they themselves, including them and the people they are following and their pastors, they can't prophesy, they can't see vision. But yet when somebody is prophesied, they'll tell you that it is false, whereas they themselves, who call it false, cannot even prophesy the real. Are you seeing it? This is one of the major challenges in the Christendom we have. When people always castigate things they've never heard of, they've never seen, they think it is false. And there are most people that have heard about the spiritual realm, they've read about the spiritual realm, but they've never experienced the spiritual realm. So you could see that most of them can stand this. It will not be surprising. I've never been to heaven before, but I believe that it is possible that you can see a car in heaven. It is possible, because most of the things that John the apostle, the revelation, the horses is a means of transport. When he was when you read most of the visions they have about, you see riding on a horse, riding, because in their own interpretation, what the means of transport was an horse or donkey. So when you see the Bible, in their time they were not cars. So when they are describing their vision, is based on donkey, is based on horses. But if you could have been in our day, it could have been cars. It will not be wrong if it will be a car, because their mode of transport then was horses, riding on horses, riding on chariot, riding on donkey. All those symbols are means of transport. So it is possible you can see a car in the realm of the spirit. It is possible. So everything in the realm of this, everything and anything is possible in the realm of the spirit. So merely because you've not experienced it, they drag Archbishop Nicholas Duncan. I saw a man of God also comment, like making a video on it, called Dr. Something something. I didn't want to mention the name, but when I heard him talking, I sensed in my spirit this man have not had any spiritual encounter, any spiritual knowledge before. Most of the things he have is theological knowledge and theological wisdom, but not spiritual wisdom. So when it comes to spiritual matters, if you are not spiritual, you will not understand what a spiritual man is saying actually. But there are things that are possible in the realm of the spirit. It is possible for you to seek her. So that is all just by the way. So Prophet Angel came out to clear this issue that most people, the reason why they can't share issues with their members or some people watching them online, it is because they have not attained that level in the spirit. That is that spiritual level in the spirit where you say spiritual things that they can search within the spirit to see whether those things are so. They are not up to that level. So when they see or receive or see visions like that, there are some of the things they reserve and they don't share because of the level or the maturity of the people following or the people watching. That's basically most of the reason why they don't share some of the spiritual secrets to people. So thank you for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to share. I will see you in my next one. Turn on the notification button, which is very important.